Are you thinking of moving to Pleasanton, California? Well, in this video, I'm going to dive into all the best things about living in Pleasanton. And at the end of the video, I'm going to go over some things that you might want to consider before moving. I'm Victoria Ortiz. I'm a local Bay Area realtor, and I help families just like you move in and around the East Bay. So if you'd like more information on a specific city or neighborhood, please don't hesitate to give me a call, send me a text, or shoot me an email. I'd love to help you out. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be posting more content breaking down what it's really like to live in Pleasanton, so stay tuned. Now let's get into it. Starting off with the pros, my first pro is that Pleasanton has a great location. Pleasanton is a suburb of the East Bay and is actually located where the 580 and 680 intersect, allowing its residents to go north, south, east, or west all over the bay relatively easily. You can head north into Walnut Creek and do some shopping or go out to dinner. You can head west into Oakland or San Francisco and tour around a little bit, or you can head south into San Jose and maybe check out Santana Row. Not to mention, you can visit some gorgeous coastal cities within an hour or two. You can head west and cross the bridge into Half Moon Bay, or you could head south into Santa Cruz. And if you really wanted to, you could even head up north to Tahoe, which is about a 4 or 5 hour drive. My next pro is that Pleasanton has good schools. Pleasanton is home to a great school district and has highly rated elementary, middle, and high schools, according to greatschools.org. The Pleasanton Unified School District was even ranked at 7th best school district in the Bay Area, according to niche.com. If you want more information on the schools in Pleasanton, I'll leave some links down below so you can see if they're the right fit for you and your family. My next pro is that Pleasanton is a relatively quiet city, which may be a pro or a con depending on your perspective, but I'll touch more on this later in the video. But for the most part, Pleasanton is a relatively safe city and everything kind of shuts down around 9 p.m., so you don't really see a ton of people out that late. Pleasanton has this sort of quiet, small town vibe, and I think that plus the good schools are a big reason why this area is so appealing to families. My next pro is that Pleasanton has access to tons of outdoor activities. Pleasanton is home to some gorgeous parks like the Ken Mercer Sports Park, which boasts soccer fields, softball fields, and football fields, or the Pleasanton Tennis and Community Park. Pleasanton also provides access to tons of different hiking and biking trails. In fact, Pleasanton is home to over 60 miles of trails. One of the most popular places to hike in Pleasanton is the Pleasanton Ridge Regional Park, which is a 5,271 acre park which overlooks Pleasanton and the Livermore Valley to the east. Another local favorite hiking spot is Little Yosemite, which is a little bit further south in the Sunol area. Because of the East Bay's relatively mild climate, residents are able to get outdoors pretty much year-round. My next pro is Pleasanton's downtown area. Pleasanton has a beautiful downtown filled with historic buildings and a great selection of cafes, shops, and restaurants. The downtown area is the perfect place to go out to dinner, especially if you want to walk around a little bit and listen to some live music. It's also a great place to meet with friends and family, especially if you have visitors coming in from out of town. Some of the most popular restaurants downtown are Oasis, Elia, Laconda, and Brava. In my opinion, Pleasanton's downtown is actually one of the biggest contributing factors to its small town feel because the downtown area serves as a hub for its residents to meet, connect, and support the small businesses downtown. And that actually brings me to my next pro, which is that Pleasanton has a strong sense of community. You can tell almost right away that Pleasanton has a strong sense of community, and it's certainly something that its residents love about living in Pleasanton. The city often throws events downtown like the Farmers Market or the St. Patrick's Day Brew Crawl, or concerts in the park, or their wine stroll. All these events downtown are all focused around bringing the community together. Overall, Pleasanton is a community-forward city and is a popular choice for families. But that actually brings me to my next pro, which is that Pleasanton is great for commuters as well. Going back to the actual location of Pleasanton, because it's located at the intersection of the 580 and the 680, makes it easy for commuters to hop on the freeway to go west into Oakland or San Francisco, or to go south into Fremont or San Jose. And if you don't want to make the drive into San Francisco, Pleasanton actually has 2 BART stations which run directly into Oakland and San Francisco. And if you don't know what BART is, it stands for Bay Area Rapid Transit. It's kind of like our version of a metro or subway that interconnects all throughout the bay. BART is a popular choice for commuters going west, and Pleasanton's BART stations actually make up the first 2 stops on the BART's Blue Line, the Dublin Pleasanton BART station and the West Dublin Pleasanton BART station. My next pro is that Pleasanton is actually home to some major employers as well. Companies like Workday, Clorox, Viva, Safeway Corporate, and Oracle all have an office or even headquartered in Pleasanton and are some of its largest employers. So there's certainly like a little bit of tech presence even though Pleasanton's a relatively small city. My next pro is that Pleasanton has some great options when it comes to shopping and dining. Pleasanton is home to Stone Ridge Mall, which boasts major stores like Macy's, Zara, Lululemon, Forever 21, H&M, Uniqlo, and so much more. Pleasanton's also home to a wide variety of grocery stores like Safeway, Lucky's, and not just one, but two 99 Ranch grocery stores. You also have access to Whole Foods, which is in Dublin, just a short drive away. Pleasanton also caters to a wide variety of tastes and preferences when it comes to dining options as well, featuring cuisines from all around the world. You can get Italian food, Vietnamese food, Japanese food, Mexican food, Chinese food, Indian food, all within Pleasanton. My next pro is that Pleasanton has a number of different medical centers to choose from, like probably an above average number of medical centers for such a relatively small city. Healthcare providers like Stanford Medicine and John Muir Medical Group both have facilities in Pleasanton. So in the event that you or one of your family members needs medical attention, you're just a short drive away. You also have the option to visit medical centers in Dublin, which is home to another Kaiser and a Sutter Health Medical Center. Now let's talk about the cons. My first con is the traffic. The Bay Area as a whole does experience a lot of traffic, especially during commuter times, and Pleasanton is certainly no exception to that. Because a lot of people all over the Bay tend to be employed in the same areas, it does create a lot of commuter traffic. So in the morning, you have a lot of people heading west into Oakland and San Francisco, or you have a ton of people heading south into Fremont or San Jose. However, I would argue no matter where you live, you're probably going to have to deal with traffic unless you have a reverse commute or if you commute on off times. My next con is the hot summers. Now the weather in Pleasanton is relatively mild year-round, and especially being in California, we don't really face too many extremes, but it does get pretty hot in the summer and there's a good chance that you're going to need to run your AC. I know some people who get away without it and just use a fan, but it does get around 90 during July, August, and it does stay pretty warm outside up until the end of September. My next con is that Pleasanton is quiet and there's not really a ton of nightlife. Now, like I said, this could be a pro or a con depending on your perspective. But if you're the type of person that likes to go out every single weekend, you might get a little bit bored and kind of find yourself going down to the same couple of spots every single weekend. And especially if you're the type of person that likes to club and go dancing, there's not really anything like that in Pleasanton. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe. Like I said, I'll be posting more content about what it's like to really live in Pleasanton, as well as the Tri-Valley area. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.